Danielle Smith is the Premier of Alberta, and she joins me now. Madam Premier, welcome back to the programme. Always good to see you back. So,
my pleasure.
Is Trudeau, Prime Minister, is he on the way out? And if so, is that because he ran down to Mar-a-Lago to plead with Trump, and that wasn't popular in Canada?
We're all very concerned about a 25% tariff coming in January. We've got a lot of turmoil, unfortunately. We hope that we have some stability. But what we're trying to do as premiers is address the very real concerns that we have on our border to make sure we don't have illegal migrants, make sure we don't have illegal drugs. We announced a plan in Alberta, and we hope that the federal government will be able to address those concerns as well.
That's what Trump wanted. He wanted you to take action on your border with Montana. So what exactly are you doing on that border?
What we're doing is we're hiring 51 sheriffs. We're going to be putting sniffer dogs on the border so that we can detect drugs. We're going to be doing commercial vehicle inspection. We'll have a 2-kilometer zone offside the border so that if anybody is there looking like they're trying to sneak across or come across from the other side, we'll be able to apprehend them. And we hope that we'll be able to address the issues that we face. I mean, we know that in Canada, as well as in the United States, we've got a very serious fentanyl crisis. And we want to do our part to make sure that we're stopping the precursors to be able to create those deadly drugs, and also making sure that they don't harm people in our communities or in American communities as well. That's what we're doing in Alberta, and we're hoping other provinces follow suit.
Mr. Trump would be satisfied, presumably, with what you're doing, hiring sheriffs and the 2-kilometer exclusions. He would be satisfied with that, wouldn't he?
I would hope so, but again, we don't know. I mean, I think we've got a couple of issues that have been raised by the Americans. They want to make sure that China is not using our country as a backdoor to bring cheap goods into Canada. Or into the United States. We've made some great progress on that. We've matched the electric vehicle tax that is on Chinese electric vehicles, as well as addressed issues around steel and aluminum. We also know that the Americans want us to meet our 2% NATO commitment, and so we have been strong voices, myself, along with the other 12 premiers, in advocating to meet that NATO target for the benefit of both of our economies. We know that when conflict happens around the world, Canada has been a reliable partner, but will be more reliable if we end up meeting that commitment as well. So we think we've got a few things to do, but we're hoping to avoid tariffs for the benefit of both of our countries.
May I change the subject to an issue that's of great importance here in America and certainly in Britain? You're Alberta, you're considering banning doctors from giving puberty blockers to minors under the age of 16. The Brits did the same thing, kids under 18. Are you meeting strong opposition with this?
We're the first province in Canada to do this, and I know that there are some activist groups that are going to challenge us in the court. But when we looked at what was happening in the UK, you've probably covered it, the Hillary Cass report. Yep. They spent 4 years looking at all the evidence, and quite frankly, there aren't very good long-term studies about what puberty blockers do. What we do know is that the decision to have kids or not have kids is an adult decision to make. And so we want to preserve kids' choices so that they aren't making decisions prematurely that might affect their ability to have kids of their own one day. So we think that if it does get challenged in court, we're pretty confident that we'll be able to defend it.